LeBron wanted Anthony Davis, and guess what he got? Anthony Davis. And look what happened. They won. What Draymond Green did with his contract opens that door for LeBron and Anthony Davis to team up with Steph and Draymond Green and Steve Kerr, which gives you an idea of why Steve Kerr is like, sounds like sticking around might not be a bad idea.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Live from London, the Championships Wimbledon return to ESPN. Watch it all from the first serve to the final point, as the game's top players battle in tennis's most prestigious event. Shh, quiet, please.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Dave Nager. World Cup round of 16 in the scorching heat of Philadelphia. Just one shot on goal. It was by France, and they're tied with Paraguay, scoreless at halftime. Earlier, Morocco shut out Canada 3-0. Azzedine Onahi scored twice. For the U.S. men's national team, it's Belgium on Monday in Seattle. And midfielder Tyler Adams knows the scene will be intense.
To be having such amazing support as we've had, specifically Seattle has been unbelievable in hosting us. So it's exciting to come back to a place that feels familiar.
Wimbledon on ESPN third round. Alexander Bublik beat American Francis Tiafoe 6-3 in the fifth set. American Taylor Fritz a winner in 4 sets over Lorenzo Sonego. Alexander Zverev over American Marcos Giron. On the women's side, Alexandra Iara.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. Guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby.
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Well. Welcome to Overreaction Monday in the Doghouse. I'm going to be totally honest with you. After being off for a full week, it kind of feels like overdue Monday for me. I mean, there's so many random things that have happened since I was here last. I mean, you got Major League Baseball where we enter the final week before the All-Star break with some fascinating storylines going on there. And, of course, we are swole with World Cup drama and a huge game for the U.S. tonight against Belgium, a game now dripping with controversy. And Likas Weese of The Athletic will be back at the top of the 11 to preview that. I mean, there's basketball news as LeBron James has ended his run with the Lakers, but vows to continue playing. Everybody's speculating that he's going to go to Golden State and hook up with those guys and, Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and they'll be in great shape to win the 2021 NBA championship. We got the ongoing love-hate relationship between the WNBA and their golden goose, Caitlin Clark, who was nearly choked out by Alyssa Thomas. We had some compelling golf over the weekend with Tennessee Valley guys Stuart Sink and Lee Hodges and the kid Blades Brown, all on the front page of leaderboards. We had NASCAR running in Chicago, and TNT and the majority of the fans, I think, almost completely forgot about that goofy in-season bracket thing that's going on. And speaking of goofy, we had Joey Chestnut eating 66 hot dogs to win the 18th time in a row in that hot dog. I mean, why did he even have a competition? What's the competition there? It's Joey versus the hot dogs. What are we watching that for? To see if the guy goes into cardiac arrest in one of these deals? And a woman rowed a boat from Monterey, California to Honolulu, Hawaii in 40 days, setting a record. Who knew that there were even records for that sort of thing? These are the kind of things that went on in the week that I was gone. This is what happens this time of year. And there's all sorts of NIL recruiting news out there as well. Once again, the buggy is way out in front of the horse. And naturally, the 48-team World Cup is drawing comparisons to the expanded football playoffs. What did I miss? Wimbledon's going on. How many Americans are left? We need Americans. For me to care, we need Americans. I think we got one dude left. Taylor Fritz. That's it. One dude. We're down to the Sweet 16. We got one dude left. I'm sorry. It's hard to pay it. I used to be a huge tennis fan. Can't really pay attention much anymore. Couldn't pick Taylor Fritz out of a crowd, and he's the last American left in the round of 16. I think we got 4 chicks in there right now, but he's the last male. I'm not poo-pooing Wimbledon. I know it's a big deal. There's no doubt about it. It's huge. Tennis major. Biggest one. It's the Masters when it comes to tennis. I get all of that. It's hard for me to get my arms wrapped around it. It really is. So if you know where you want to go, if you want to tell me what you did during the last week or how great the show was without me and all of that kind of stuff, you can do it. Phone lines are open. You can jump in and contribute at 256-576-4977. That number's good wherever, however you consume the show. We got a text window that's open for you as well. And we'll read and react to those on the air. 7329-TA-SHOW. 732-982-7469. The show is also on the YouTube at the WZZN TV YouTube channel. I almost forgot what it was. But it's there. I think it's... I just saw something on X that is hilarious. How do I retweet this? Hang on one second, guys. Let me just pause the show here for a second. This is friggin' hilarious. You guys got to go check it out. Go check it out in my feed. That is absolutely hilarious. Anyway, back to the radio show. You can tune it in on WZZN TV and watch there as well. Yes, that is the American flag that is in my office at the Big Dog Production Studios. Over there. I mean, it's over here behind me. You're seeing it. The actual one that's a superimposed photo of it. Okay, that's like magic. But that actually is in my office there. So you can check that out. You can find that, by the way, at Thom Abraham Show. That's my YouTube page. So look, maybe you don't care. I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you are just waiting for SEC media days and the NFL camps to open. I get that. But this crazy story surrounding Folarin Balogun's red card versus Bosnia is easily the biggest sports story in the world right now. In the world. Now, a quick recap for those of you that have been buried in tubular meats and potato salad for the last week is this. The USA's leading scorer, Balogun, he gets his feet tangled up on a contested play with a dude from Bosnia-Herzegovina Wednesday night. Just a play where he inadvertently steps on a dude's ankle. Okay? No call is made by the ref who is looking right at it. It's a play that you see on a basketball court all the time. Just incidental, a guy stepped on a dude's foot. If anything, the guy from Bosnia, he kind of went to bump Balogun, and Balogun was kind of off balance, and they got tangled up. Then the video assistant referee, this is that VAR. You guys keep hearing, what's the VAR? The replay guy says, wait a minute, Stop the game and look at that. Now, don't stop the clock because that would make too much sense. We're not going to stop the clock. We want you to go spend 5 minutes looking at the video and we'll just let that thing run, okay? Because how much sense would it make to, I don't know, stop the clock? No, we'll just add some time at the end of it. We'll just say we're going to go. Yeah, I was watching the game the other day. They're like, plus 7 minutes. 9.5 minutes later, the guy blows the whistle. It's so arbitrary. Anyway, having said that, the field ref, who has, by the way, a less than great reputation, this is the way I'm interpreting this whole story. It's just true, though. I've done a lot of research on this. The field ref goes to the replay, and he looks at it. They show it to him in super slow motion, and then they show him, like, stop action stills, and he issues a red card. Not a yellow card, which is a foul, but a red card, which is an ejection for the rest of the game. And the next game. Not the first half of the next game, like targeting, then the rest of the game. And by the way, they're gonna be on a power play for the rest of the game. Why? Because who knows? Doesn't really matter, I guess. We saw that with England. You play with 10 guys, you could be a man down for, 30 minutes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The field is the size of Connecticut. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? No, we're down a man. It's not like in hockey when it's 6 on, or when it's 5 on 4, and it makes a huge difference on the ice. Nah, it's not like that. It's down a dude. Now, the rules are clear for VAR. It's not supposed to be used like that. But the rules are also clear for a red card. When you have a red card, there is no appeal. There's no appeal. Period. But then out of the blue, FIFA, which runs this thing, says, yeah, play on. You're going to be put on super secret probation, but you can play. They've done this before. And the rest of the world loses its mind. It's a Donald Trump. Trump paid him off. This is U.S. favoritism. Blah, 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 blah. Even though the card should have never been issued in the first place. But especially the Limeys are losing their ever-loving minds over it. It's the most disgraceful thing in the history of the world.
It is quite simply the most shameful decision in the history of the World Cup. No question. FIFA's call to allow USA striker Folarin Balogun to play against Belgium after he was sent off for a violent conduct red card following a VAR intervention defies belief, defies integrity, defies everything the game is about. FIFA's darkest day, they say, was when the FBI raided their headquarters hotel in Zurich in 2015. This is worse. Whatever you thought about the people who ran football, the game itself mattered. The integrity of the game was what counted. Football was played according to the rules. Not anymore. The rule book has been destroyed. It's a despicable, disgraceful, shameless, outrageous decision. Whatever happens, this World Cup has now been stained irreparably. I don't have a dog in the race. I don't care who wins between Belgium and the USA. But I care about football. I care about the image of the game. I care about the integrity of the game. That has all been destroyed by this decision.
I wonder if this dude, he cares so much about football, if he's looking forward to SEC Media Days, you know what I'm saying? They're out of their minds. Absolutely losing their minds. All right, back at Mission Control. Playing the play doesn't matter. The stacks of wax answering the phones, keeping us on the air, keeping us on the YouTube. It's the Prodigy and the Bandyman.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son! What is your name? Detective. It doesn't matter what your name is!
I
think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
It really doesn't matter what you think. All right? It really doesn't matter what you say.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yes. Oh, yes, indeed. How are you, little guy?
I'm doing okay. I'm not a little guy though. You got to watch out. I'm taller than you. All right, and I probably got more muscle mass than you. All right, So come on, don't call me little guy now. All right.
That's because I'm an old man now. I mean, I used to. I mean, back in the day, come on now. I was yoked. I was benching 340 back in the day. I had knots. In my neck over here, and my shoulders were like knots.
I never met that guy.
Softballs.
Yeah, I never met that guy. Look, I got respect. I got respect because you always said you squatted 600 pounds.
600.
You know why? All they had.
That's all they had.
But I never saw that guy. I never met that guy. So I could take Thom Abraham now.
I had the diamond cut calves. I had the softballs. My shoulders were like softballs, and I had the 16-inch pythons going on.
I need some tips on the calves part of things. I was kind of birthed with very small ankles, so you need to help me out with that. I'm getting
gain 100 pounds.
A little too toppy head.
You gain 100 pounds and walk around that way. That'll do it. What'd you do while I was gone?
Honestly, it was just the blitz. We just had the blitz.
Yeah,
it was the brunch, the brunch and blitz with Joe Hunk, John Abraham.
broke out the old blitz, huh?
And the Bandyman. Yeah, we even had some of the sounders from the blitz. All the music was from the blitz. God. There was less sports talk like the blitz.
Yeah,
it was. It wasn't even the Thom Abraham show at that point, and I think we got more callers actually.
Yeah. Oh, really? Than you did when you had the blitz, probably. So my people were calling her like, "What's going on here? The heck is going on?"
I mean, we had some new callers from Nashville and everything. I mean, it was just like everybody was calling in.
Good. That's good. Are you going to watch this thing tonight?
I think I'm actually going to go downtown to a watch party.
That's good. That's a good job by you. I mean, this is something. This is still once in a. And by the way, and everybody's losing their mind about everything. This is the first time we're playing a team, and by we, I mean the U.S. Remember, this is the only time you can refer to we. It's either your school, like if you went to Alabama, or you went to Tennessee, or you went to Auburn, you could say we, okay? But if you didn't, then you're just a fan of that particular team. Well, if you went to the United States, then you get to be we, all right? This is we, all right, with the United States. This is the first time that we are playing a team that's ranked higher than us. So for all of the pomp and circumstance of winning 3 games so far and everything else, those were all games that the U.S., according to the world rankings, should have been favored in. And in some cases, favored in quite handsomely. Now, Paraguay has played well before they went out. And so it made that 4-1. I think they only gave up 2 goals the rest of the time. And it made that look like a better win. But that's not the way this works. The reality is everybody the U.S. has played up until this point they should have beaten. Now this would be an upset. This would be an upset, beating Belgium.
No doubt.
Would be an upset.
Yeah. I love being the underdog, Take them by surprise. Take the whole world by surprise. And in this instance, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we shouldn't be taking people by – my contention has always been, why are we taking people by surprise? We're like one of the biggest countries in the world, and I know we have other sports that are more important to us that our athletes play. But, I mean, we're ranked 16th in the world right now. We shouldn't be ranked 16th in anything. Anything. There shouldn't be anything that we're 16th in. That's how I feel about that thing. I don't know. Where's the Bandyman? How does he feel about that? I don't think that we should be 16th in the world in anything.
Oh, I'm right
okay,
there with
we should be like top 4 in everything that the world does.
Oh, absolutely. And we're starting to get a little more respect on the soccer stage now too, and we're going in underdog. I'm feeling good about this purely because I want to see us make it all the way, do that historical run, take down France and that run they're going on in our side of the bracket too. Like, let's make this our year.
Yeah, not going to happen. But it'd be nice to get to where we were in 2002. I mean, keep in mind, in 2002, they were in the Elite 8. Got beat by Germany in the Elite 8. And that was 24 years ago. So this whole thing, this is it, man. Now the country is wrapping their arms around. Not really, but we love it while it's happening. It's like the Olympics. We love it while it's happening. It's not going to result in a big. I'll tell you one thing, guys. A lot of the watchability of this has to do with the camera angles, depending on the stadiums. For example, the games that have been played at SoFi in LA, they look like they're being shot from the moon, like a satellite, a drone or something. They're so high and it's so hard to watch. And then the games that are being played at MetLife Stadium, what you saw there at MetLife Stadium, that's a great camera angle. Much lower. You could see the field much better. You could see the expressions on the guys' faces and stuff.
Dude, kind of a thing, too. The ref cam's been incredible. Like when they get point blank on you can see you can see them just talking to the refs right up close.
I'm surprised they're not using. John, did you know? Are they using drones at all? Like, how in the UFL they use drones on the field? Are they not allowed to use drones or something like that in the World Cup? Because you would think that you'd get great shot with drones.
I highly doubt they are. They're probably just using the cables, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't watched a single bit of it. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's strictly prohibited due to federal no drone zones.
I check in on it.
So they
are
flying a drone near any FIFA World Cup stadium or fan festival is strictly prohibited.
Well, why can't they do it for the UFL? They get the drone following the guy down the field in the UFL game.
They're not playing it at these NFL stadiums.
Oh, okay. I've been checking in on it. I can't watch. It's a lot like the NBA. You just watch the end of the game. I can't just sit there, like watching the first half. It feels like they just kicked the ball around the field for like 60 minutes and then set up the end of the game. You know what it feels like? A NASCAR race these days. It feels like a NASCAR race. They're just cutting laps.
Yes. That is exactly how I look at it. And if you're not a fan of NASCAR, it's hard to get into it if you just turn it on. It's hard for me to get into a soccer match if I just turn it on. It's already halfway through. You just can't get into it. You got to either watch it at the very beginning or you got to watch in the final 10 minutes or the final 10 laps.
No, I watched the final 10, 12 minutes and then the extra time and then, they get in. And I wish it was the sudden death. That's a whole nother topic. The way they end these games is just not good. I mean, to say, okay, hey, we're going to put 15 minutes, we're going to put 30 minutes on the board. Now we're going to play overtime. No, we don't need 30 more minutes of kickball. We need a sudden death goal.
I think if you're going to do sudden death, I think something more interesting needs to happen. You need to shorten the field 50% and take off 50% of each team's players.
Well, I would do that instead of the penalty kicks. I wouldn't do that in regular overtime. First,
that would be awesome.
I would play regular. I would play regular overtime. I'd do 15 minutes of sudden death. And then I'll be honest with you. This is back in the day when your sister was a all-star player in New York before you were born. What they did there was starting in overtime, every 5 minutes they took a player off the field. They should take a player off the field, but it was sudden death, golden goal as they like to call it. Let me see what my buddy DePhilip has to say here. He and I actually exchanged some text, text window messages because I was still monitoring the text window while I was gone. Philip, what's going on?
Probably the worst 4th of July, without a doubt, I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, simply because my air conditioning compressor in my vehicle went out Friday morning when it became 105 degrees here. But fortunately, I found a guy that worked at an auto parts place who got me a new compressor for $100 less than where I could find it anywhere else. And he came out here at 3:30 in the afternoon on the 4th of July in 105-degree weather in the sun and redid everything in 2 hours.
Wow.
But kind of got lucky on that one. But yeah, it was just crazy. Too hot, man. Too freaking hot. Before I forget, Grumpy made a very interesting observation about you, and I'd like to get your reaction. He said that you seem to have a proclivity, shall we say, of taking vacation during Pride Week.
Yeah, it's because I was married on June 28th. It's not Pride Week. That's Pride Month. The whole month is Pride Month. So I just June 28th is my anniversary. It's also the dead week. I always take the week off where we have the 4th of July holiday. So this year, the legal holiday was Friday the 3rd. So I didn't need to burn a vacation day because we were already off on Friday the 3rd was a holiday. So I took 4 vacation days. And by the way, it started with our good friends Billy and Sandy taking us to dinner and a show on the General Jackson. All these years I've lived in the Tennessee Valley, I had never been on the General Jackson. Have you done the General Jackson?
Yeah, I did it. It's been a long time ago, but yeah, I did it one time. Me and Barbara went on it.
Yeah, I have never done it, and I did it. Their granddaughter is really talented. She was she's in this troupe of singers that they had there when they did the show. The show was extremely geared towards tourists. And the guy who was the host of the show, Wink Martindale up there doing his thing, he was it was like going to Disney World, and they would have the fake guy that would talk, and it would be like, and it was just, the script was so touristy. It was very much touristy, but the singing was great. And they did decades of famous music. So they started out like in the 70s and 80s of country music, and then all the way through, they did some classic rock, and they did some Skinner in there as well. And they did a pretty good job with it. The troupe was really good. The food was amazing on the General Jackson. But that's where we started our anniversary week, and then we headed to the mountains on Sunday.
So when you were in Nashville, I'm trying to think of the name of this hamburger joint. It's hamburgers and milkshakes. And they had one inside of the Opry Mall where when a particular song plays on the jukebox, the waitresses, the cooks, everybody just comes out and starts doing organized dances.
Really?
Have you ever seen that before?
Was it Johnny Rockets? It wasn't Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff.
That was pretty good.
Did you catch any of the Mets Braves game yesterday?
I did. That was insane.
Dude, so it was Todd Zeal and my favorite greatest center fielder ever of all time, Andrew Jones, even though he's a freaking Brave, calling the game. And the whole game they're talking about the Mets bullpen is the highlight of that team. Mm-hmm. That is the greatest thing ever. They go up by 7 in the top of the 9th, and they have to bring their closer in down by 2 to save the game, or up by 2 to save the game, and he gives up a run, and there's guys on second and third. Crazy. I was losing my freaking mind watching it.
Yeah. And the Braves have come, Mets got them there, and then the Braves have come all the way back pretty much to the field now. The Phillies, I think, are just, 3 games back, something like that, with a week to go before the All-Star break. Who would have never thought that it was going to be like this? And the Dodgers have just run off and hid. I mean, my gosh, the Dodgers have a 14-game lead now in their division over Arizona, of all people. San Diego, who is, sucking on an exhaust pipe right now. There's nobody else in the NL West with a winning record except for the Dodgers. So they have a 14-game. Milwaukee is on an unbelievable heater. They've taken a 6-game lead now on the Cubs in that Central, where everybody had a winning record for the longest time. Not anymore. as Cincinnati's circling the drain. And so all of that's going on. The Braves now with just a 3-game lead over the Phillies, and the Marlins are only 4.5 back. The Mets are 16 games back, and we're not the All-Star break yet. It's crazy.
They're so bad. It's so, I don't know how you can even be that bad, but they're one
bad. They're 1 game up on the worst record in all of baseball, and they have the second highest payroll in all of baseball. I mean, what would they do? Do you think they'll move anybody? I mean, they got 37 wins. Only the Angels with 36 wins have less wins than the Mets, and they have the second. They got a $340 million payroll.
They were talking about they should trade
everybody.
Their ace reliever that has 25 innings now of scoreless pitching, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, they need to get rid of him.
How do you think Juan Soto feels? How do you think Juan Soto feels playing for that grease fire? I mean, they're worse than the Nationals by a lot. They're 7 games, 8 games. They're 8 games behind the Nationals, where he had to get rid of. He had to get out of there.
Yeah.
What a difference he would have made if he was still with the Yankees.
Did I mishear? I should have looked this up, I guess, but I could. But did I mishear? Is Schwarber and his buddy, beard, golden hair guy for the Phillies? Come on. I think he plays first base now.
Okay.
The annoying guy that plays for the Phillies.
Harper? Talk about Harper?
Harper. Yeah. Harper and Schwarber are fill-ins for the All-Star game?
Well, yeah, they were named. They didn't get voted. They were named, to the All-Star team. They weren't voted in.
That seems a little odd to me.
I'm one. I spend very little time. I don't spend hardly any time at all on All-Star game snubs and all of that. I mean, ever since interleague play and everything else, and now it matters and doesn't really matter. I've lost my love for the All-Star game. I don't sit there and, some guys spend all this time on the snubs and, all that kind of stuff and how many players from each team and everything else. And it's, I just don't get all caught up in all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, it's not like,
you're National League. I mean, Freddie Freeman is the first baseman, right? So, I mean, if Freddie Freeman was devoted, and that's legit. So Freddie Freeman, there's only one first baseman. So he's the first baseman, which means that, Bryce Harper has to be a backup. He was named to the team, but he's a backup.
You think Freddie Freeman's a better ball player than Harper?
Yeah.
Overall, in general.
Yeah, overall, he's more consistent. His numbers are better.
Love this dude. I've never understood. My cousin Nancy is goo gaga. Freddie Freeman.
Yep. Freddie Freeman's you look at his numbers. I mean, he is incredibly consistent. And the reason that Kyle Schwarber is the backup DH, who's the DH for the National League? Shohei Ohtani. He's the DH. He's the leading vote getter for the entire National League. So where are you going?
Yeah, but Schwarber's running away with the home run thing, right?
The home run part of it, yeah. I don't know where they are.
That's what DH is supposed to do.
Right. Well, yeah, you got a little bit of average and things like that. But Ohtani, the question is, what do you do with Ohtani? You know what I mean? Is he a pitcher? Is he going to pitch in the All-Star game? He's the leading vote getter because he's Shohei Ohtani. He's not the best pitcher in baseball. He's not the best hitter in baseball. But when you combine the two, he's a freak,
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, man.
All right.
It's a good job by you. Let's get a break. Overtime already. So this Mulligan guy, he's an American. Oh, yeah, he is. I'll tell you how he's an American when we return. Thom Abraham Show.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that his mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com. Flash Panda Nation, ignite the fun, let's rock it.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back home July 7th through the 12th. Promotions include the return of Dinosaur Weekend on the 9th and 10th, a wrestling mask giveaway on the 11th, and kids run the bases after the game on the 12th. Get your tickets and learn more about our weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com.
Let's rock it.
Now is your last chance to pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I'm Bobby White, encouraging you to hurry in and lock in the same deal that our employees get on over 280 available new Fords. New Bronco Sport started under $28,000. New 25 Broncos starting at under $39,000. Or how about a new 26 Explorer starting at under $36,880? Or 26 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4s, they start at under $44,500. And with your good credit, you can get financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on a brand new Mach-E. Remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never make you pay any dealer dock fees or ridiculous upcharges. This is an opportunity you can't afford to miss. You pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford, in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or visit us online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
It's football season, and the only place to catch every game is the End Zone. With NFL Sunday Ticket, big screen TVs, and all the sports you love, we've got your playbook for fun. 2 family-friendly non-smoking locations, Midtown on McMurtry next to Target, and on Cecil Ashburn Drive. Jumbo wings, cheeseburgers, Tex-Mex, pizza, plus daily specials, happy hour, big draft beers, and frozen margaritas. Open for lunch daily at our Midtown location, the End Zone, where every seat's the best seat in the house.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
This summer, we make HVAC history as Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation celebrates our country's 250th birthday. Happy birthday, America! In honor of crossing the Delaware River and kicking Cornwallis out of Yorktown, Sensagreen now offers $1,776 off new HVAC systems. Give me liberty and a new HVAC smart system this summer at Sensagreen with Brian. Whatever it takes, just like our founding fathers. USA! USA! USA!
Alabama license number 12705/52808.
We are a nation that has overcome. We are no strangers to adversity. It's because we've been through challenging times and always come through more capable than before. We are strong, over 300 million strong, and together we're at our best. Join us for America's semi-quincentennial. That's right, 250 years in 2026. Visit America250.org.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Lynn Layton Ford. That's right. My good friend Bobby White is now at Lynn Layton, and I'm right there with him. And you know what you'll never find at Lynn Layton Ford? Some mysterious dock fee that can be like $600, $700, or $800. The price you saw advertised is the price you'll pay. That's the Lynn Layton way. You see, transparency is important in buying these days, and that's what you get at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I made the move, and so should you, to Lynn Leighton Ford. Carrying the burger. Got on my mind. Carrie in the Burrow says that Kyle Schwarber probably leads the league in strikeouts as well. Got 131 strikeouts so far. Remember when 131 strikeouts was an awful season? 131 strikeouts for the year would get you sent to the minors. Nobody cares anymore about strikeouts. If you hit 30 home runs and have 131 strikeouts and no other hits, it's okay. You get paid good money. All right, phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. It is a wide-open first hour of the show. Let me expand on a couple of things that we threw out there. This kid, by the way, this Belligan guy, Valerian Belligan. So, John, he's an American, right? So you wonder about him a little bit. In he speaks that proper English. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard him talk? I mean, the kid talks. He speaks that proper English. So how is this Valerian Belligan an American? Well, let me tell you. So his parents are Nigerian. Let's start there. His parents are Nigerian. His parents live in London. So they're Nigerian immigrants to England, all right? And they lived in London. So back about 25 years ago, they go to the United States on a vacation to visit in the United States. His mom is 7 months pregnant when they go to the United States to visit. Well, she starts having a couple of complications and whatnot. They go to fly back across the Atlantic Ocean to go back to London, and they wouldn't let him get on the plane. They said that there was too risky for her to fly, and they wouldn't let her fly back. She had to stay in the United States, and she gave birth to Valerian in a hospital in Brooklyn, New York. So dude was born in Brooklyn, New York. And after he was released from the hospital at, 2-3 days old, then they went back to London. And he was raised in London by Nigerian parents. So based on the rules of the, FIFA, he can play for Nigeria. He could play for England, which is like the number 4 ranked team in the world. Just got that win over Mexico, down a man for half an hour. Or he could play for the U.S. He played for Arsenal over there in the Premier League, big-time program. Didn't really do a lot. Bumped around a little bit to some other teams. He's played at the highest level in different leagues, in a couple of different leagues. He's got a total of 31 goals in 90-some-odd games, in those different levels. And that's how he ends up an American. He was born in the USA because his mom was visiting with his dad, and his parents were visiting America, and she could not get on the plane to fly back to London. He decided to play for the U.S. Now, everybody's going nuts that Trump was the reason why FIFA made this decision to allow him to play. It was a terrible red call in the red card in the first place. But now everybody is glomming on to this. Well, it's because of Trump, because Trump made a call to FIFA to ask Gianni Infantino to review the play. Now, they haven't said that has happened, and they have already done this before with others. but they're putting it directly on the fact that Donald Trump supposedly, allegedly, made a phone call and asked them to look into this thing. Apparently, according to a British outlet, Donald Trump made 3 calls to the FIFA president to make sure that he would be eligible against Belgium in Seattle. Belgium's losing their mind. They filed an appeal. So there's an appeal pending right now. Did you see, John, the picture that I reposted on the Twitter, on my feed?
Sadly, I've seen it a few times this morning.
Oh, come on. It's hilarious, isn't it?
For your demographic, I would say.
It's a picture of the referee showing a red card to Belgium, and Belgium's holding up a picture of Donald Trump. It's funny. I don't care what your politics are. It's funny. He's getting a red card, and Belgium is showing him his card. I mean, it's crazy. You've seen the replay of the play now, right? You saw what this all starts with a the story was going to be the fact that this is a ridiculous red card. I mean, I'm not an expert in that game, but if what happened in that you see that all the time. In their own instant replay rules say that you can't, when you look at first of all, it's supposed to be meant for the ball go over the line, inbounds, out of bounds, goal or not goal, those kind of things. It's supposed to be used for something like that. And then if it is used for something like that, it's got to be shown in real time. It's got to be you don't show it in super slow-mo and then have stop action. Yeah, he stepped on his ankle. It was incidental. People losing. UEFA football. Stop calling it football. Football, like any other sport, relies on rules which are the basis for fair, honest, and transparent competition. Sometimes rules are open to interpretation. In this case, not. Let me stop. Yeah, it is, because it was a terrible, terrible call. Like the thing. A minimum automatic suspension of 1 match following a red card is not a discretionary option and does not require the decision of a competent body to be enacted. It's a principle embedded in regulations which cannot be made subject to exceptions, let alone in the middle of a tournament where several other players have been in the same situation and regularly served their suspension. When the certainty of rules is no longer guaranteed by its guidelines, the integrity of the game is at stake and the credibility of competition is undermined. No, I would make the case that they, by fixing an egregious error in their own rules, that there's more integrity. And they've done this before. This is not, this has been done for other, and there's been that play where a guy steps on a guy's foot or his ankle or his calf or whatever has happened over and over and over again with no call. No call.
And that's what's been kind of fun. This is like kind of like everyone's introduction into FIFA's corruption. Like, this is just level one. This is like a multi-layered cake of stuff that just, well, FIFA corruption runs deep. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, Seth Blatter. This is the guy that was indicted and was the head of the corrupt organization that was FIFA. And he posts on X, red cards are not overturned by political phone calls. They are overturned by rules, evidence, and independent bodies, which is what happened. If a U.S. president intervenes with the FIFA president and a player suddenly cleared before a World Cup knockout match, the question is unavoidable. Quo vadis, FIFA? Football must never be a playground for political power. This guy, Seth Blatter, that guy is calling out FIFA? You'd be kidding me. When Cristiano Ronaldo got an elbowing penalty, red card, he was suspended for 3 games, right? 3 matches. And they knocked it down to 1. Wasn't it Ronaldo? I think it was Ronaldo that got hit with one of those. And this happened it's happened. Other guys have gotten red cards that didn't carry over into the World Cup. They get this probationary period. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And the thing is that they're probably not going to beat Belgium anyway. But, now the whole world's pulling for Belgium, right? Don't you think? I think the whole world is pretty much pulling for Belgium. From X, some guy named Cyrus with a blue check. This is an absolute embarrassment to the United States. Once again, our president embarrasses our nation on the world stage and now takes to social media, boosting that his phone call to FIFA changed the outcome. Absolutely horrible precedent being set here. As a U.S. citizen, I will be rooting for Belgium to win the game. Not because I don't love my country, but as a lifelong professional sportsman that has dedicated his career to growing sport around the world, I've always taught the importance of integrity, and sadly the U.S. has proven to the world we absolutely have none. Shameful. Are you kidding me? TDS is in full swing here, guys. I'm just telling you right now. TDS is in full swing. Who's to say what the conversation was with Trump if he did make the call? And Trump's not saying that he changed it because of him. All Trump said was, thank you for taking a look at it. And allegedly, if there was a communication, that's what it was. Can you review it? I don't know. Look, could he win the game? Could he have won the game without the guy? Maybe. Could they win the game with the guy? Maybe. They're the underdog in that game. But they've made these kind of moves before. And the people that are coming out, an American that's going to pull for Belgium, because the possibility that Donald Trump made a call, is that how far we've gone with TDS now? We're pulling for Belgium? At least they're not like you're pulling for Iran or anything, but still. Are you kidding me? All right, let's get to breaking. It's Thom Abraham Show. Back with more right after that.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Ronaldo Lopez on the mound today for the Atlanta Braves series finale with the Mets at Truist Park. Lopez 4-1, a 3.31 ERA and a -125 moneyline favorite. Freddie Peralta for the Mets +104. He's 5-7 with a 4.81 ERA, 6.5 over the total. Yesterday, it was the Mets outscoring the Braves 10-9. FIFA lifted the red card suspension of Flo Balogun of the United States. He is available to play for the U.S. They're a $1.25 favorite over Belgium +100 at Lumen Field in Seattle today in the round of 16 at the World Cup. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete expert orthopedic care. We mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Now is your last chance to pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I'm Bobby White, encouraging you to hurry in and lock in the same deal that our employees get on over 280 available new Fords. New Bronco Sport started under $28,000. New 25 Broncos starting at under $39,000. Or how about a new 26 Explorer starting at under $36,880? Or 26 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4s, they start at under $44,500. And with your good credit, you can get financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on a brand new Mach-E. Remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never make you pay any dealer dock fees or ridiculous upcharges. This is an opportunity you can't afford to miss. You pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford, in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or visit us online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
You guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10-plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-94.
I said that the U.S. would be an underdog to Belgium. Apparently, U.S. is favored somehow in this game. Belgium is definitely higher in the world rankings. But the U.S. is a favorite. I assume that's with Belgium.
Man, I always hate the underdog, man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Back numbers 2.5 goals on that game, by the way. All right, guy who knows a lot more about it than me is Likas Weese from The Athletic, and he's coming up next right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
The ultimate golf experience is waiting for you at the Golfus. For a limited time, you can get an unlimited membership for only $99 a month. Hit balls on the range, play any of our 2,000 golf courses, have a graduation party, or host a corporate event. For all the details, go to thegolfus.com. We have 2 locations in Huntsville and a location soon coming to Hughes Road in Madison. That's thegolfus.com.
Eagle Masonry and Insulation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is Monday, July the 6th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. The FIFA World Cup continues today with Portugal and Spain this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And tonight at 7, the United States takes on Belgium. The United States seeks to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2002. Half of the Elite Eight is already set, with winners over the weekend including France, Morocco, Norway, and England. In Major League Baseball,
Sacks packed full of Braves. First pitch and a fly ball to deep left. Taylor going to go back. Taylor goes to the wall. That thing is out of here. It's gone. So it's now a 10-8 game after the grand slam by Baldwin.
That call courtesy of the Atlanta Braves radio network, but that grand slam was not enough as the Mets down the Braves 10-9. That series continues tonight, and you'll be able to hear it right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by my good friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance. You know, I've known Mike for over 20 years, and no one knows the appliance business better than Mike. And he's always there to help support whatever we are doing on the show. And they've got all the major brands like Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, Electrolux, Speed Queen, and more. Visit the interactive location in Lacey Springs, where you can try the washers and dryers before you buy them. Owen Home Appliance Center. Quality products, quality prices, quality service. Owen Home Appliance.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho. Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. Reaction Monday in the doghouse, and after a full week off, it feels like overdue Monday. I got so much stuff here on the sheet. We spent a lot of time, though, on what is going on with tonight's big game between the U.S. and Belgium, with a seat in the Elite Eight on the line. Likas Weese of The Athletic joining us here in just one moment. Other things that we will get to as well, but the rest of the world pretty much losing their mind over this whole thing that is taking place with this Flair Belgian red card. And joining us now to talk about it is Likas Weese. He is on WZZN TV with us, along with being on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Likas, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Tom, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, I appreciate you joining us as we get set for this huge match tonight. Big match going on with Spain and Portugal this afternoon as well. But, of course, the biggest story in the world right now is what is going on with FIFA allowing Belgium to play in this game tonight. And let's start at the very, very beginning, because I think that we went from there being outrage over a red card that was adjudicated wrongly and a red card that really doesn't seem like much of a red card, because you see that kind of play all the time in soccer, to it now swinging back the other way because of the fact that it has been set aside, allowing him to play tonight. So let's start at the beginning. What was your thought first when you saw that it was a red card for that play?
Yeah, I mean, look, my original thought after looking at that play was it was a very close call. And I see both sides of the argument. I would have leaned more to not the red card call, just because there have been other fouls in this tournament that, to me, could have then been deemed a red card if we use that parameter. But this is why they're referees, right? They make calls. The VAR is there. So common convention would have suggested that the red card meant that Balogun would be unavailable to play in this round of 16 match against Belgium. Now, I'm going to shout out my two athletic colleagues, Adam Kraft and Dan Sheldon, who broke the story yesterday that Balogun would be available to play tonight against Belgium. And then, of course, the subsequent news that the day after that round of 32 match against Bosnia, U.S. President Donald Trump called FIFA President Gianni Infantino to ask for a review. Now, we don't know the contents of that call. They haven't been made public to us yet. And then the reporting from Crafton and Sheldon revealed that it wasn't just Trump asking for the review. That, there were other, the U.S. government got involved. There were lawyers. There were other entities that got involved in this. And ultimately, it then led to U.S. Soccer giving a body of work to FIFA, and then FIFA then using one of their articles to then table this suspension for Balogun. Now, this has happened before. Cristiano Ronaldo, before the World Cup, was booked in a qualifying match against Ireland. There were thoughts that potentially he could have missed the first two games, but then FIFA came in and used this ruling. But it is the first time since 1962 that a red card has been rescinded when the tournament is actually happening. So this doesn't happen very much, and it just raises a lot of questions as to what happened here, the extent of Trump's influence on Infantino, and the lack of transparency and opaqueness with regards to this appeals process. So a lot of questions at play here, and that's why it is, like you said, Tom, the biggest story right now in sports and in the world.
Yeah, well, come on. I mean, the lack of transparency and anything having to do with FIFA. I mean, come on. We're talking about one of the most corrupt organizations. And it was really kind of funny to see Sepp Blatter talking about, this issue as well, as if, we don't want to hear from you, okay? You're the most corrupt one that was out there ever. So we don't want to hear from that guy, at all. But, I just keep going back to the original deal where are they correcting legitimately? You got to take the Trump factor out of there. I know it's very hard to take that out of there and the U.S. getting involved and whatnot. But should there be an appeal process? And was VAR used incorrectly? That this is not what VAR is used for. And it's certainly not used in super slow-mo, and it's certainly not used in still shots, because you could come up with 30 still shots of guys getting kicked in the shin or stepped on their ankle or rolled over or whatever that would result in red cards then if you were going to use VAR that way. These games would take, 4 hours to play if you're using VAR for that. It just seemed like it was like they violated their own rules, like it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Well, I think that's a fair point. I think there, two wrongs have happened here. I think you can make a case that the fact that the red card was given to Balogun was wrong. But then the process in which and the lack of transparency around it is also the problem too. Like, look, Thom, I mean, you follow North American sports like I do. In the NBA, NHL, NFL, MLB, in the collective bargaining agreements, it is very clear when suspensions happen that there's an appeals process. It's just very clear. And with FIFA, it just hasn't been that clear. And it just, to me, then creates this cloud of alleged favoritism to one country, the host country. Mm-hmm. And then the question I have, Thom, with this is, when does this end? Like, we're already seeing France, Michael Olise, who has a yellow card. If he gets another one, he's booked. The French Football Federation is asking to rescind that yellow card. Does England have the right then to call Gianni Infantino with the player that was booked for a red card last night to have that rescinded? So FIFA here has, FIFA's in a very precarious position because they don't want this tournament to go out of control based on their own doing for the lack of transparency.
Yeah. Well, and it does, then it brings up the other point of, are those things that you get tossed out of games and then tossed out of the next game for? It almost seems like there should be something between a yellow card and a red card. And if you're going to get tossed from the game, that's fine. It's like targeting in college football, where you get tossed from the game and then the first half of the next game, depending on what time in the game it happened. If it happened in the first half, you just lose the second half of that game. If it happened in the second half, you lose the first half of the next game. Something along those lines, because it does seem like, just in general, I'm just making a general comment now about the game itself. It does seem like a rather innocuous thing. It just seems like two guys getting their feet tangled up together. If anything, it almost felt like the kid from Bosnia kind of shoved Balaquin first, So it was like, man, it seems ticky-tacky, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And you know it because you follow the basketball too. We see guys get their foot stepped on all the time or roll their ankle and somebody landed on their foot or whatever. They're not even fouls. And this wasn't even a call by the referee here.
Well, that's why they have VAR, right? And that's the process of the game. And if you're upset with the process, well, then go through a review process of the rules then. Have a review of the red card appeal process, whether or not that a player should then be booked for the next match. But don't make it up as you go along, because that's the perception what it is here. Is that FIFA's digging into some obscure article to then, like I said, the alleged favoritism of benefiting a host team. And now you've just opened Pandora's box where now everyone feels like, well, any red card is going to be challenged and rescinded, because then which calls into question the integrity of the game, which that's where I feel like is a real unfortunate part of this whole thing. Is I feel like integrity is being called out here, and as fans, you should want to watch something with fairness. And the alleged look at all of this is that there's a lack of fairness here, and it really sets a bad precedent.
Yeah, the precedent issue is the one I fully agree with. The fairness issue, it seems to me that they're right or wrong, but that's a whole nother discussion. Now, Belgium is ranked number 9 in the world. The U.S. is 16. So the U.S. now goes from being, one of the darlings of the tournament and can they do it and all Miracle on Grass and all this other kind of stuff to being now everybody's pulling for Belgium. There are Americans. And unfortunately, this falls so much on political lines because, the Trump name gets pulled into it and then that's it. So there are a certain number of Americans who are now saying they're pulling for Belgium against the U.S. because Donald Trump was involved, all right? And so now it's the ugly American type of scenario. But to the game itself, Belgium number 9 in the world, I'm surprised that the U.S. was a favorite at all in this game. Apparently, the U.S. is a slight favorite in the game. I know it's on U.S. soil, but apparently the U.S. is a slight favorite in the game. No regard at all to the friendly that was won 5-2 by Belgium. With Belligan and without Belligan, handicap the game from your standpoint. Would the U.S. have been favored without him anyway? or is if he does play, and by the way, there's no guarantee that he's going to play, is there? Because there's an appeal going on here, and I would not be shocked at all if that kid is told 2 hours before the game that he can't play. But with Balogun, without Balogun, their chances against Belgium.
Without Balogun, I think Belgium would be my prediction. I think it would be considered an upset if the U.S. were to win that match without Balogun. I think if Balogun does play, and you're right, Tom, there are no guarantees. I mean, Pochettino could just not play him tonight just to, try to, calm the storm that's around this team. But he's going to put his best team to win, and Balogun is their best player right now. So if he's available to play, I think he's playing tonight. And I think with him on the pitch, the U.S. have a very good chance to win this game. They're going to be fired up. I mean, these players, they were loving this news yesterday. I mean, and this is what speaks to the polarization of this story, is that you have a lot of other countries and stakeholders that are upset, which is a fair argument. But then the U.S. players feel like, oh my goodness, we just got our best player back. I mean, one of the players thought it was, was I reading AI when I heard the news? I mean, Christian Pulisic said, this is great. That a lot of the players said it was lit that, Balogun's back. So, so there's definitely a motivation there to have this sort of us against the world mentality. And I think that'll translate on the pitch. It'll be a close game. It'll be a spirited game. Like, I think this is now the temperature of this game has revved up. I mean, the Belgian manager said yesterday he thought it was April Fool's Day yesterday when he found out about the news about Balogun coming back. So with Balogun playing, I think the U.S. have a very good shot because Belgium's very lucky to get into the round of 16. They had to score 2 late goals. They needed to score a spot kick in extra time to beat Senegal. They're an older team. U.S. is younger. If they play up to their potential with Balogun, they should win this game.
Yeah, 2.5 goals is the over-under. 5-2 was the score in that friendly. We don't even think about that, right? Are we just going to blow that off?
No, I mean, look, Belgium, they play a defensive style, but it is a friendly. It was back in March. I think this U.S. team is a lot more cohesive now. I'm not saying that you should ignore it, but recognize this is now the World Cup. It's a round of 16, and it's a whole new ball game now, Tom. And I just think the U.S. is just a lot more confident now in how they're playing.
I think the controversy. The one thing controversy breeds, and we can talk about integrity, we can talk about transparency, we talk all that stuff. The eyeballs on this game tonight are going to be insane. This will eclipse everything but a Super Bowl now, or a conference championship game in the States. A NFC, AFC conference championship games get 45 to 50 million viewers. This will be more. This will be 30 million. I think it'll be 25 to 30 million. This is going to eclipse the college football national championship game in terms of overall viewership. In this thing, Likas Weese is with us here. All right. As to the tournament itself and other things that went on, so Norway takes out Brazil, and again everybody's talking about now they're the darlings of the thing. I think Norway was like ranked around 30th in the world when this tournament started. They're still only up to like 19th or somewhere in that range, even with the win over Brazil. But it felt like watching that game, and I watched the last half hour of that game or so. It felt like watching that game that if they were still playing right now, Norway's still winning that game. It just felt like that whole game. They dominated that whole game. They just, you could have taken the jerseys and switched them over. That Brazil uniform is like the Yankees uniform. Some of the time I was a kid watching Pele wearing that same exact uniform. That was what that was like watching. But Norway was dominant, it felt like, in that game. What were your thoughts?
Those were my thoughts exactly as well. I thought Norway was the better team. I thought Brazil was very fortunate to get to the round of 16. This was not a dominant Brazil team. Sure, they had Vinicius Jr., who was their best player, but this is a Brazil team that needs a whole new look, it seems, because they haven't won since 2002, the World Cup, a proud soccer nation that has 5 World Cup titles, haven't won since 2002, every World Cup since, Tom, they've lost to a European club, right? So that's something to consider as well. But on the Norway side, I mean, Erling Haaland is one of the tournament's best players. He's one of soccer's best players. He just turns a game on a dime. Like, he's just someone that he didn't do a lot yesterday until he scored those 2 goals, because he just has that ability with one boot of the ball to put it in the back of the net. And now he's tied with Messi and Mbappe with most goals in the tournament. So, yeah, Norway's a great story. They have an amazing fan celebration. The Viking Row is certainly an iconic one from this tournament. And they haven't made the quarterfinals since ever, right? So they made history yesterday in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. They're going to be in tough facing England. Like, I just think England's a team that, after their dramatic win yesterday in Mexico at the Azteca, you got to think that they're battle-tested. But Norway's a team, again, they have arguably the best player on the pitch in Erling Haaland, who could change a game with a snap of the hands.
Yeah. And I think that game's in Miami, the Norway-England game in Miami, with 2 countries that don't ever experience that kind of heat and humidity, and they're going to play in Miami, right? So that's in the middle of the summer. I mean, that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that all goes. I would imagine that Canada's pretty proud of the effort that their team put forth. They had never even, I don't think they ever even had a tie in the World Cup in the past. They won a couple of games and were scrappy, get beat by a good Morocco team. But I would imagine the Canadians feeling pretty good about what their team looked like in this Cup.
Yeah, I think bittersweet is how a lot of fans feel. I think that, sure, they made history at this World Cup, and you're right, Tom. They hadn't recorded a point yet at this tournament entering it. They got their first point. They got their first World Cup win. Got their first knockout stage victory, which was massive. I mean, that Stefan Asakio goal will live on in Canadian sports lore for many years to come. But I think there are a lot of questions. I think the Alphonso Davies injury situation leaves a lot of bitter taste in people's mouths, like just how that was messaged and just the fact that we couldn't see one of the best players in the world play on our team fully healthy was just a bit unfortunate. I still think there are questions with Jesse Marsch, their manager. I mean, can he take this team to the next level? Because I think what you saw against Morocco, they played a great first half, but their inability to finish, some defensive mistakes, and the substitutions just did not respond to the game very well. So I think those things you need to improve on if you want to play and be one of these world powers in soccer. So there is a lot to build on. The program's in a good spot. There's a lot of great young talent, but you don't get this opportunity again, Tom, at a World Cup in 4 years. That's a long time. So I think a lot needs to improve between now and then so that this team can then take another step.
Got a top 10 game going on. That's what we would call that in college football. You got to match up of top 10 teams with Portugal and Spain getting together this afternoon. Spain's got to be the favorite, I would assume, there, right?
Yep, Spain is the favorite. Obviously, they've been one of the favorites entering this tournament. It's going to be a really compelling matchup. You have Cristiano Ronaldo playing in his last World Cup. He confirmed that yesterday in his matchday -1 press conference, taking on a young star in Lamine Yamal for Spain. Spain has not played anyone great yet, Tom, this tournament, and they have not looked the part of being this, world beater. Portugal, on the other hand, has been very battle-tested. They had to grind out a stoppage time win against Croatia in the round of 32 in a dramatic match. And they showed that they can make adjustments, that they can sub off Cristiano Ronaldo and have an impact. So don't count out Portugal. It's going to be tough for them, but Portugal has a very good chance to make the quarterfinals.
And then finally, a lot is being made about the 48-team field, and because of what we saw with Cape Verde or Verde, however they say it, people are saying, see, this is why we can expand the college football playoffs. See, we need 24 and see what can happen. It's a bad analogy. There's no doubt about it. But when we get to the Elite Eight, outside of Norway, right now, for the most part, if the U.S. gets through, that's a little bit of an upset. That's over their skis. Belgium is still a top 10 ranked team in the world. But most of this top 8 is the elite of the elite, right? I mean, these are all top teams in the world, basically, that are alive now. If you look at those that have advanced to the round of 8 already, to the quarterfinals, and those that are still alive in the round of 16. We're looking at basically the cream of the crop now, is how this is all going to sort out as we get towards the end.
Yeah, I think if Egypt were to upset Argentina, that would be massive. But barring that, like if all the favorites advance, you're absolutely right. Norway would be, as you used earlier, like the darlings, the underdogs going forward, which is why that they're such a compelling story. I just think, Thom, France is the team to beat. We've talked about this. I said to you on this show that they were my pre-tournament pick. They haven't shown to me any signs of weakness. They've actually shown that they can win in different ways. But, yeah, I just think that it's just been a really fascinating tournament. And now this is where the World Cup really ramps up, because these countries now, they sense that the trophy is near. Getting to that final, to etch yourself into soccer history is near, and that makes it even more compelling.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Norway is a very, very slight underdog against England. I'm surprised England's not a little bit bigger favorite there, but it's England's minus 110 in that deal. Just to put it in perspective, Argentina's minus 265 against Egypt. So if you want to make $1, you got to bet $2.65 to get $1 out of Argentina in that one tomorrow. So it kind of gives a little bit of a sense of how this thing is ending up. Likas Weese of The Athletic has been our guest. Man, you are so good on this stuff. I appreciate you so much, and we'll have to hook up one more time depending on how far the Americans go, and we'll have to talk about the Final Four and the final as well. I appreciate you, man.
Thom, thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. Likas Weese of The Athletic. Tremendous stuff there. All right, so do you equate what's going on with this tournament in college football? Does it make sense? Are the people that want expansion in the college football playoffs are pointing to this and saying, you see, this is why we need expanded playoffs. Look what could happen. Yeah, I don't think that's a very strong analogy. All right, we'll throw the phone lines open. If you want to get in on any of these topics, you can jump in on that 256-576-4977. We'll get you in there. There is basketball news, as I said, out of the NBA with LeBron James ending his run with the Lakers. He vows to continue playing as well. He had some really good golf over the weekend. I mean, we had Stuart Sink out of North Alabama on the front page all weekend long of the U.S. Senior Open. Had Lee Hodges, another North Alabama kid, on the front page all weekend long at the John Deere. And Blades Brown, the young kid from Nashville, very good as well in the John Deere as that kid continues to build. I think he's like 19 years old. I mean, you know what I mean? He's not playing college. He's 19 years old, Blades Brown. Perfect name for a golfer. But it was kind of compelling to watch that stuff. NASCAR ran in Chicago. They have this goofy in-season bracket thing going on, which I really thought I liked. When it was first announced, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. This is going to be neat, man. A bracket. I completely forgot about it. I mean, stop me if I'm lying, John. I mean, you're a NASCAR fan. I mean, you were like, hey, I got to watch Chicago. I can see how the bracket's going. Did you make out a bracket? You got to see, how's this? I don't even know who went against who.
I did not make out a bracket, but I also saw it pop up, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a thing. And then I was like, oh, Alex Bowman already beat out the number one. Okay.
Tyler Reddick. They didn't even really talk about it much during that. They showed it 2 or 3 times at most in a 4-hour broadcast, 3.5-hour broadcast. They would pop up the bracket, but there's nothing on the scoring column. They didn't have anything that said who was going against who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So color coded, right? Wouldn't you color code the matchups so that you can see who's ahead of who in the bracket? I mean, nobody cared.
Well, on the NASCAR website, it's all color-coded, but on the broadcast, it wasn't. And also, it's like you start this at a track that nobody is going to be watching. I mean, obviously, Sonoma's historic, but it's still, it's not a traditional track. I'm not going to be watching it. I didn't watch it, but I did watch Chicagoland. They should.
Well, it's funny because Sonoma, you like road racing. I thought you would like Sonoma.
I don't like NASCAR on road courses.
Oh, okay.
I wanted you to see what I forgot if it was. I think it was IMSA. They were at Watkins Glen a few weeks ago, and the comparison is completely different. The cars are so much faster in the GT racing, and it just. I don't know why NASCAR needs to push more of those races on us just for Shane Van Gisbergen to win them all. So.
Yeah,
unless he crashes, because that's the only way he does it.
Yeah. So anyway, that bracket thing, I thought it was a good idea, but I don't think anybody's paying attention to it. And TNT invented it. You'd say about it being on NASCAR.com, but TNT invented it. You would think that they would make a bigger deal on their scoring column, at least, of saying these two guys are against each other. I mean, they'd show the bracket a couple of times, but they really didn't talk about it at all. It wasn't really it wasn't like it was a thing. Dale Jr. said at one point in time, "Boy, I hope that doesn't go that way. That's going to blow my whole bracket up," because he had Tyler Reddick to the final, and one of the other guys. I mean, it was just weird. There's all sorts of NIL recruiting news out there. Again, I think they're putting the buggy way out in front of the horse. I'll give you some of that info as well. And the NBA Summer League is trying something that I think is kind of interesting. And I'll throw that out there as well. Phone lines go open. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back with more right after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Ronaldo Lopez on the mound today for the Atlanta Braves series finale with the Mets at Truist Park. Lopez 4-1, a 3.31 ERA and a -125 moneyline favorite. Freddie Peralta for the Mets plus 104. He's 5-7 with a 4.81 ERA, 6.5 over the total. Yesterday, it was the Mets outscoring the Braves 10-9. FIFA lifted the red card suspension of Flo Balogun of the United States. He is available to play for the U.S. They're a $1.25 favorite over Belgium, plus 100 at Lumen Field in Seattle today in the round of 16 at the World Cup. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Now is your last chance to pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. I'm Bobby White, encouraging you to hurry in and lock in the same deal that our employees get on over 280 available new Fords. New Bronco Sport started under $28,000. New 25 Broncos starting at under $39,000. Or how about a new 26 Explorer starting at under $36,880? Or 26 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4s, they start at under $44,500. And with your good credit, you can get financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on a brand new Mach-E. Remember, Lynn Layton Ford will dealer dock fees or ridiculous upcharges. This is an opportunity you can't afford to miss. You pay what we paid during the final days of employee pricing at Lynn Layton Ford, in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or visit us online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all, with features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry. all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Baumhauer's Restaurant, legendary food and legendary fun. Whether you're craving the freshest seafood from Alabama's Gulf Coast, juicy chicken or char-grilled steaks seared to succulent perfection, you're craving Baumhauer's Restaurant. Add to that a sports-themed atmosphere and HD flat screens every place you look. For a sneak peek at the menu, go to Baumhauers.com. Legendary food, legendary fun. Baumhauer's Restaurant.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 weather impact meteorologist Emily Owen. A few lingering showers will be still hanging around the Tennessee Valley for this Monday night. We'll see temperatures fall into the low 70s for the overnight. Heading into our Tuesday, expect to see mostly sunshine, scattered showers. Maybe a few thunderstorms will be possible throughout the day on Tuesday. High temperatures once again warm into the upper 80s for the afternoon.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by the Docs at TOC. You know, I'm always talking about these people that I've known and trusted in the Tennessee Valley for over 20 years. Well, my buddy Thom Perkins and the Docs at TOC certainly fit that description. And when my own family has needed an orthopedic specialist, TOC was the only call to make. There is a reason why almost all the schools in the region use TOC, because they are trusted and they provide the kind of care people need. TOC is the orthopedic center. It's right there in the name, and they're right there when you need them. Now, welcome back to Tom Abraham Show. Phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. So, Grasshopper, are we on for a little twilight golf tomorrow night or what?
Oh, I'm definitely doing it. Dude, I've been practicing my swing here in the studio.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. And I've also got my grips up right. I know how to hold the club now, the way that feels comfortable to me at least.
Did you go interlocking or still overlapping?
I'm going to do interlocking on the irons, and on the driver, I'm thinking just baseball grip it.
No.
Oh, no. Everybody's got their own swing.
You can't go there. You can't go. Yeah, but you can't get anywhere with that. I mean,
where am I trying to go? The PGA
Well,
Tour?
you want to be a decent player, right? That you want to end up being a good player. You can't do it with a baseball grip.
I played alongside a guy. It was one of Blaine's friends, all right?
Yeah.
And it was up in Nashville. It was at Hermitage, and he was always doing the baseball grip. And he played so well. And I was like, you know what?
What's so well? What did he shoot?
I don't know exactly, but it was way better than me. And I was like, you know what? I think everybody's got their own way of holding the club. I think that instead of listening to the outside voices, I'm just going to do what feels comfortable for me. And I got to say...
What would your roommate say about you using a 10-finger grip?
I don't think he cares. As long as I can hit the ball straight. That's all that matters.
I just think it's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea. You should have saw my irons this past week.
What are you doing with your irons? You're using interlocking. So use the interlocking
grip
with your driver. Your woods. You can't change your grip from your driver
I
to
think
your...
you should have the freedom to be able to change it up, whichever one feels right, because it's a totally
it's not
different
gonna-
club. It's a different club altogether.
It's going to take away from you. You'll never break 90.
Oh, I
Don't you want to break
swear.
90?
I will
Don't you want to
break-
shoot in the 80s?
I will break 90 soon enough.
Never with a 10-finger.
I do need to get more balls, though, because I lost all of my balls at Hermitage, and then it didn't help going out and losing some more at Cherokee the other day.
We're going to go play Cherokee Ridge tomorrow after work. We're going to go down there and play Cherokee Ridge. I got to get with John and see if I can get into the simulator. I need to know what my swing speed is, and I need to swing some different drivers with different shaft stiffness, because I think that has a lot to do with why why I've lost so much. I know I've lost distance because I'm an old man, but this is ridiculous. And I think that, I bought a driver with a real whippy shaft, and I think it's too whippy. I don't think it has any kick, and so I think I need to try a few different things there. So hopefully they got a simulator there that I can do a little bit of just kind of playing around with. Then I'm gonna go out and play a little bit of golf over there at Cherokee Ridge. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good stuff. So the NBA in their summer league is kicking around an idea. Well, they're doing this in the summer league to see if they want to do it during the regular season. This would be something to speed up the game. Now, this would be very interesting because the rules in the NBA and in college basketball, the fundamental rules are very similar. However, of course, college basketball has a shorter three-point line. College basketball has 5 fouls instead of 6 fouls. College basketball is 2 20-minute halves as opposed to 4 12-minute quarters. So there are differences in the game. This would be a big one, though. The NBA Summer League is experimenting with the one-shot foul shot, John, to move the game along. In other words, you get fouled on a regular shot, you go to the line, you shoot one foul shot for 2 points. You get fouled on a three-pointer because you kicked your leg out, which is illegal. But you get fouled on a three-pointer and you don't make it, you go to the line, one foul shot. One foul shot for the 3 points.
No.
One foul shot.
That's horrible. If anything, you got to push them to the 3-point line and let them shoot that there. And then they can do 1 for 3. But that's dumb.
From the 3-point line.
You got to put them at the 3-point line.
That would be kind of fun. That would be kind of interesting. You just let a guy, put a line at the top of the 3-point thing. You just put a flat line right there, and that's where the guy shoots his free throw from for 3 points. No, this is what they're doing. They're doing this now. Now, if it's an and one, it's one. Right? So you get fouled, you make the shot, the 2-pointer, you take a foul shot for 3. If you get fouled on a 3-pointer and you make the 3-pointer, it's an and one, you take 1 foul shot for 4. So that doesn't change. But if you miss the shot, a 2 or a 3, and you miss the shot, you go to the line and it's one shot. Move the game along. No 1-and-1, no nothing. It's one shot for 2 points. And if you're in the bonus, it's 2 points for one shot. So in other words, instead of having that 1-and-1, it would be you shoot once. Whenever you go to the line, you're shooting one time. They're playing with it. And then here's the other rule change, because this is the kind of stuff that comes up in the middle of the summer. These types of things. Here's something else that somebody came up with. To the issue of the golf ball. And there's all this talk about rolling back the golf ball and what they can do to get the game under control at the pro level. I mean, I'm watching the Senior Open. Those guys are hitting at 350, 320, 330. Stuart Sink had to drive 330. I'm watching them. They're playing at a 400 and they had a 430-yard par 4, and Stuart Sink had 97 yards left in. I mean, the guy's 56 years old, and he's hitting it 330. I mean, the equipment has just made things obsolete to a certain extent. So anyway, as opposed to rolling the ball back, somebody had this suggestion. Think about this. And by the way, this is how we all started playing the game. How about, why do we have 14 clubs in the bag? What if they went to 9 clubs? 9 clubs in the bag. Think about it. What would you carry if one's a driver, one's a putter? So that leaves you with 7 clubs. Now, when I was a kid, you would get your first set. You'd have a driver, a 3-wood. Then you would have a 3-iron, a 5-iron, a 7-iron, a 9-iron, and a putter. Right? Am I lying? Am I, that's what it was. That's what your early sets were like back in the day. Now, rich kids like the Bandy Man, he probably got a full set of Ping I2s, with TaylorMade driver and everything else when his first set. You didn't have, right? I mean, you didn't have that set like I had.
I'll tell you exactly what I had for my first one. It was my dad's old set of hand-me-down Ping Zings.
Ping Zings?
Ping Zings.
But it was a full set.
not
right?
for the first one, no.
Oh. Yeah, you know, back in the day, that's what you would get. You would get a 3-iron, a 5-iron, a 7-iron, a 9-iron, a wedge, a putter, 2 woods. But what if they went to 9 clubs? And I started thinking about, how many clubs do you play? I mean, think about it. When's the last time? I don't even hit my 5-iron hardly anymore, much less a 4-iron. I got 3 wedges in my bag. I got a gap wedge. I got my pitching wedge, a gap wedge, and a sand wedge. And a putter. There's 4. 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron, 6-iron. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 4. 3 wedges is 7. Putter is 8. I could get rid of a wedge. I would carry 2 wedges, a putter, a driver, and like a 4-wood. I like it. It'd be kind of interesting. 9 clubs instead of 14. Where'd he come up with 14 clubs? 14 clubs. Matt is up next. Matt, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, real quick, one of the issues that I've always had with all sports, and I'm an old guy like you, I'm roughly your age, is that everybody thinks the rules were invented by God. God didn't invent the rules of sports. Man invented all these rules, so we can change these rules. So, you know, you were talking about basketball, going to the free throw line, 1 shot to make 2 points. I like that. My rule in basketball that I won't change is fouling out. In no other sport do we take a great athlete and sit him on the bench. If you go back and remember the 80s, I think it was Clyde Drexler when he was with Houston. He had to sit the bench the entire first half when I think Houston played North Carolina State. It changed the game. Everybody says, oh, what a great memory it is because North Carolina State won on the last second. But the whole point being was you altered the game based upon a judgment call by an official, and the judgment call could either not be called or could be called. So I think in basketball, they need to have no foul outs. If a guy gets his 5th or his 6th foul, then the rule becomes that the team gets 2 shots and they get the ball on the sideline. So, again, I actually applaud when people are thinking, I'd say, a little bit outside the box. To say,
well, what about? I mean, in soccer, you get thrown. In soccer, you get thrown out of the game, right? If you now in football, what about in targeting? They throw football players out of the game for targeting.
If you're doing something malicious, of course you can get thrown out of the ball game.
Right.
Clyde Drexler and anybody playing basketball just gets a foul, and you know good and well that an official could call that or not call that. It makes no sense in basketball to have anybody foul out. It makes no sense. If you've got a center that is your key player and all of a sudden the strategy by the other coach is to pound the ball inside and let's get him out of here so that we don't have to face him. I'm going, in football, if you've got a great running back, there's no chance that they're going to sit him on the sideline. Or if you've got a great receiver, they're not going to sit him on the sideline. So you don't allow that to alter the game. I know it's a strategy, but it's a bad strategy because in basketball and football especially, those calls are all judgment calls. They're not yes, no, right, or wrong. They're judgment calls. Is that a pass interference or is that a holding or is that a push-off? I mean, it's all judgment. And we certainly have gone to town talking about how poorly officiating is so often. So, again, that's just my 2 cents worth. I really applaud the people talking about 1 free throw for 2 points, 1 free throw for 3 points. I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it because there's that, like they're saying, it kills the momentum of the game. It extends the game. They're standing there. They get 10 seconds in between each free throw and take it 2 free throws. Now, it is a breather for teams. I think the players get a breather on that. But it would be interesting to see a guy go to the line, shoot one free throw, make it or miss it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. Appreciate you. I think it would be fascinating to see. What I don't like is the thought that expanding the college football playoff to 24 teams, I don't like using what's going on in the World Cup as that there are so many reasons why. First of all, the World Cup has no regular season. Right? So if they played the college football playoffs once every 4 years and there was no regular season, I don't care if you put it out. It could be a 118-team tournament. I don't care. But that's not what we got. We have a full season we got a dozen games that lead up to the playoffs. So those are like your group play, okay? Everybody's in it at the beginning. By the time you get to the playoffs, you got that limited number that have advanced. Like they use the soccer terms analogy. Not everybody who's in the group play gets to be in the knockout stage. Well, that's what the playoffs are, the knockout stage. The playoffs are the knockout stage. Don't make that analogy. Plus, you're not going to get you're not going to get a Cape Verde in college football. It's not going to happen. Those teams that are group of 5, group of 6 teams, it ain't happening. The game is too physical. And the game doesn't, turn on one lucky shot that went off a post and got in that a guy got free to do. It's a physical game where you wear down the other team, where you beat on them and wear down the other team. It's never going to happen. Just a different. You had you had the U.S. playing Bosnia. Bosnia was number 61 in the country. People paid $1,300 just to get into building for that game. That's not going to be the case when, Georgia is playing Troy in the first round of the playoffs. People aren't going to pay $1,300 to get into that game. We'll get a break, come back, wrap it up next. Time to get you in if you want to jump in. Thom Abraham Show, back more in a minute.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Jen with The Haven, a private event space located downtown Huntsville. If you haven't been before, this is the perfect spot for your event. Whether it's Christmas, the holidays, birthdays, weddings, rehearsal dinners, you name it, I can provide that perfect event for you. We tailor everything just for your needs, from food to flowers to the band to drinks. You name it, we've got it. The Haven, located at Meridian Crossings, downtown Huntsville.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey golfers, Huntsville has a new place to play golf. The newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue in Huntsville is The Golfus. For a limited time, you can grab an unlimited membership for just $99 a month. That's right, play every day for just $99 a month. Check it out. All the details are on thegolfus.com. That's The Golfus. 2 locations in Huntsville and coming soon to Madison.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said,
If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental. And they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the exact machine for you. Now, whether it's new construction or daily work environments or an area that's been neglected for far too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you get the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Call Valley Equipment and ask them for more details on how they can help you out today. Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Harry's got advice for you, John, as far as working on your golf game. Says you need to play twice a week. You need to go out to Madison Golf. I don't think he understands that your roommate is the senior teaching pro at Cherokee Ridge.
Not only is
you literally live with a teaching pro.
I don't want to listen to him. Too prideful
for
that.
You better listen to him. Man. All right, watch the U.S. tonight. Send me pictures if you go to a deal.
Will do.
It would be interesting if you go to a watch party. We'll be out at Baumhauer's tomorrow. Come on out and say hello.
10.
For the crew back in the control room, I am Thom Abraham. Have a great night, everybody.
It is Monday, July the 6th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. The FIFA World Cup continues today with Portugal and Spain this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And tonight at 7, the United States takes on Belgium. The United States seeks to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2002. Half of the Elite Eight is already set with winners over the weekend, including France,